Hey there, I'm John Jackson, author of Warehouse Veteran, your tactical field guide to industrial real estate. I developed the Warehouse Bootcamp series of videos so I can help owners and users of industrial facilities by sharing lessons learned, success stories, and general guidance to help you avoid pitfalls and profit from real estate related opportunities. In today's segment, we're going to focus on the top 7 mistakes that we see tenants make in commercial real estate leasing. The important takeaway to remember as I guide you through this minefield is that with some awareness and good planning, these pitfalls can be avoided every time. So let's get to it. Number 1, beginning with the leasing process too late. If you don't give yourself enough lead time to work through the entire process, you're adding unnecessary stress and giving the landlord a big negotiating advantage. For smaller requirements, we suggest beginning the process at least 6 months out, and for more complex and unique requirements, we advise some of our clients to begin as much as 18 to 24 months out. If you're not sure which category you fall under, just reach out to my team and we can talk through it. Number 2, focusing mainly on direct financial costs without considering the qualitative or strategic costs. I get it, the cost is important, but the numbers are only one part of the equation. Ignoring other strategic factors such as access to labor pools, building functionality, logistics accessibility, and others can end up costing way more than a couple of dollars per square foot in rent that you might be saving by selecting one location over another. Take time to define your priorities and then evaluate your options side by side based on those priorities. It'll help you make the right decision for your company. Number 3, not designating a project manager as an internal single point of contact. Now this is where I see a lot of small to medium-sized enterprises derail. With fewer resources and managers wearing multiple hats, it's easy to push off real estate requirements to the back burner. The most important step you can take is to assign a project manager to oversee and to bring accountability to the process. Just like in a military culture, it's always acceptable to delegate, but there should be a leader in charge and someone that's accountable for the result. Number 4, lacking intel regarding off-market upcoming availabilities. Now most of the time, the best deals are secured well in advance of space vacancies. LoopNet and some other sites out there only provide a fraction of information regarding current availabilities and virtually no information on space that's currently occupied but coming available around the time you'll need it. Working with an industrial real estate specialist in your market will give you access to the type of critical information you can't find on the internet. Number 5, not leveraging the current market knowledge to negotiate the most favorable terms and tenant improvement allowances. And it's simple to assume that because your landlord is a nice guy or because you follow economic trends in your market that you know when you're getting a good deal on a lease. But there's another layer of market intel that you only have access to if you worked with a commercial real estate broker that was in the market every day. Info like how much tenant improvement dollars each of your prospective landlords contributed to their last 3 deals, or what concessions a specific owner has made in the last 6 months on a lease. The list goes on and on. The point here is to put the proprietary market knowledge to work for you by interviewing and selecting a tenant rep broker to represent your best interests. Number 6, not building flexibility into facility plans for future expansion or contraction. It makes perfect sense, right? If your company is going to lease a building for 3 or 5 or even 10 years, it's critical to invest time to incorporate strategic planning into this lease process. If you believe you may need to expand or contract during the lease term, there are things you can do to remain flexible without taking on much, if any, additional cost. Some examples would include the ongoing first right of refusal on expansions into adjacent space. Other options are to reduce your footprint in the building at some given point in time, and potential early termination options. Also, we've found that it can be helpful to work with landlords that own considerable space in your market because it's often easier for them to accommodate your need for flexibility by moving you to one of their other buildings without the burden of much additional expense. Number 7, not pulling the trigger quickly enough once a decision is made and consequently missing opportunities. In a hot market, there can be competition for leasing the best space. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than working all the way through the identification of your very best option, only to find that the building has been leased to another company. The best advice I can give is, once you know, pull that trigger and secure the space. Don't wait. Well, that's it for this segment. Remember, tenant rep brokers don't cost the tenant a dime. They're compensated by the landlord out of a brokerage fee that's already built in by the landlord's listing broker. That fee will be paid regardless of whether you have your own representative or not. So it's kind of a use it or lose it situation. Well, that's it for this segment. If you'd like additional information or would like to discuss this topic further, feel free to reach out and put the veteran to work for you at the email address below or through warehouseveteran.com.